I'm gonna introduce you to everyone who you'll need to know. I'll get them to come round, and he shouts out this window, and he says to this guardsman, he says, "Can you get Sam to come down, please? And if the Lord of the Manor is in, can you get him down as well?" And he goes, "Yes, yes, boss." And he walks in through the kitchen, walks out, and you see him go through that door.
Mhm.
And he starts cooking with you here.
Okay.
Like just teaching you some basic things. You know a lot of it already, but he is he's very good with a knife, and he is good at showing you different stuff.
Boss, if possible, I would like to learn some of your dishes. Would it be possible for me to be prep chef for you while observing your technique?
Oh, he goes, "Of course." So I wasn't going to throw you in the deep end.
Because Jazz is now playing a massive brown nose.
Works. That's what he needs.
It does, apparently. Yeah.
After a while,
Mhm.
a
Oh.
man with a bow slung across his back
Is
walks
that by
in.
design, or?
Yeah, he comes up to you and goes, "Hello, nice to meet you,"
Oh, hello.
and extends his hand to you.
I'll shake his hand. Like
He
we
goes,
sort of two-hand clasp to shake.
He goes,
Make it a bit over dramatic as well.
"Yeah." He
Okay.
goes, "So you're our new chef?"
I hope to be. Who are you?
My name's Sam. I'm the head guard here."
Oh, nice to meet you.
He goes, "Yeah. I'll make sure everyone knows who you are, so they don't bother you wandering around the kitchen and around the floor as well."
Oh, thank you.
He goes, "Yeah. Have you ever had any problems?"
Still shaking his hand, by the way. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, he kind of looks. He looks a bit off put by it, but he's not going to say anything.
Go. Oh, sorry. Like go. I do that sometimes when I'm nervous.
He goes, "Right, the next guy, our boss is coming down next, the owner.
Oh.
As a rule of thumb, if he asks for something, do it. Yeah."
Yes.
He goes, "Okay, good. I hope you enjoy it here." And he wanders off again.
Then another
he-
dude with the crossbow.
And then after what seems about like half an hour, so Ed, you've got pretty much through your meal. You're on your second course or whatever, Ed.
Second breakfast.
Okay, cool.
But I'm just using this model because it's like a nobleman model. I'm just gonna get rid of the mayor.
It's the mayor.
Yeah, there's very few models. Let's make him a different color though.
I didn't like the mayor in the first place, so it's fine to use him.
Okay.
Oh, you've
This-
changed his colour.
Yeah. So this rather portly guy comes in, and he enters the room, and he kind of just stands there at the entranceway until the Kenku Birdman turns and says, "Ah, sir, thank you for joining us." And he goes, "Yes, quite. And you are?"
Zvara Thompson, sir. And I'll like put one arm in front, one arm back, and bow.
And he goes, And he looks over you. He goes, "Bit scruffy for a chef. Make sure you clean yourself up before you report for duty."
Yes, of course, sir.
What a Ponzi prig.
He goes, as you probably know, I'm owner of this manor and of this establishment."
Yes.
He goes, "If my son ever asks you for food, you make it. Do you understand?"
Of course, sir.
Says, "Good." He goes, "What's he doing?" Is he turning to you? What's he doing? Is he going to be shadowing you, or is he going to be taking over for now? And the Birdman will say, he's going to be shadowing me for a bit, and then hopefully he can cover it by himself." I'm saying, "Good." He'll turn to you and say, "Okay, it's been a pleasure for you, I assume." And then
Yes, quite so.
yeah, good. He goes, "Just one main rule. Don't
Yes, sir.
go upstairs unless I request you to, or someone tells you to. Okay?"
Yes, sir.
He goes, "Okay," and he leaves upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the boss is quite an imposing figure.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. Let's set of him. There's ears all around us, so
Oh,
let's focus on cooking.
okay. But does he ever step out onto the floor or have any of the food here?
He does trips to the bank and he goes out and buys toys for his kid occasionally, but he rarely leaves. He occasionally goes away for business meetings and then he'll be away for the night. That happens about once every other week.
Oh, okay.
He usually tells us well in advance when he's doing it. I think he's away the night after tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure to remember not to irritate him by that point.
Because just don't irritate him ever really.
Haha, true.
And then he'll get on cooking.
Yeah. Day after tomorrow, you said, Nick.
Yeah, day after tomorrow.
Do we know? Well, do I have a idea where the thing is? The bank.
Yeah, you would know where it is. It's fairly obvious. You've been around the town enough now that you would know. You're used to living in towns. You know where it would be ish.
Okay. Okay.
If all of you three, he's kind of expecting you to stay the rest of the day to catch up on his method of cooking and stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. Anything for the disguise, really, at this point.
Yeah. So you three, you finished your meal, and you know it's Adran's not coming out. It's been however long you want it to be, however long you're going to wait for him.
I'm going.
You go, but a bill is placed on your table again, patron.
Yeah.
3 gold.
I'm also going to pick up my dad.
Yeah. He says, seeing as you're a regular now.
What's his regular?
Apparently so.
Well, you've been twice in under 12 hours.
Yeah.
It's
You
more
are
than
the regular of fat.
But yeah, you if you pay that off, you're free to leave, and you get handed your weapons the same way as before. You if you check it, Ed, you can see your knife undisturbed where it was.
Yep.
Where
No,
you
I've
threw
already
it.
picked it up.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, you can use the recall, can't you? You can think about it
Yeah.
and it comes back to you.
Yeah, so you get it to teleport to your hand and put it back down. So you are by yourself in the middle of the sea.
In the middle
You've
of the
got-
city.
Yeah, you've got the
What time
meeting.
of day is it?
Sorry.
What time of day is it?
It's just afternoon.
Well, only one thing for it. To the pub.
By the way, I've made it so that you can take off the things if you want to. You don't have to walk around like that all the time.
Disguised all day, yeah.
Oh no! Do you really think I would have kept it on?
Well, no, but I thought I'd just make sure that it is like completely possible to take it off for yourself without me having to do it for you.
Yeah.
Bitch, you can't hide this face forever. Do you know what I'm saying?
I can hide anybody's face temporarily.
Not forever though.
So, you're just gonna go to the pub whilst you wait for your friend to call in on you. Have you got any plans, or are you just gonna patron, or what are you gonna do?
Wait in the wagon, I suppose.
Wait at the wagon. Okay. You get a response in your notebook, patron,
Ooh.
and it says, "I'll be there tomorrow."
Okay.
Other than that, Ed, eventually, you're
Capacity.
informed. He goes, "Hey,
Hey!
how you doing?"
Not too bad yourself.
Doing all right.
Beer?
He goes, "Yeah, sure."
I'll just sort of wave for the.
Yeah, he'll come over. He goes, "So you'll never guess what?
Go on.
I've gone straight."
Have you really?
Yeah. This lovely halfling lady has taken me farming.
Does she happen to have 1 billion sons?
Yeah, she does. She keeps trying to adopt me. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, she did that to me as well.
Oh, you've met her?
Yes.
Well, okay.
Just
So what?
next time you see her, tell her the tiefling said hello.
The tiefling said hello. I think she's got some tiefling sons. I'm not sure if you know what that means.
The adventurer tiefling said hello.
Okay. I'm sure to tell.
I'm sure one of our sons is an adventurer tiefling.
Yeah, statistically. What did
Question
you?
for you.
Oh, go on.
When you weren't straight, you were part of the Zentarum. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
I have drank since then quite a bit.
So have I.
Um,
But can you keep your voice down? I don't think you should really be
yeah,
shouting.
of course. I'm not going to shout it.
It.
What'd you take me for?
Very
Right.
drunk.
Well, let's not talk about that. Hey. Do you happen to
Anyway.
know a Bron in this city? Actually, I don't even need to shout. I can say this in code.
Yeah, you can. You could be saying this all coded.
Yeah, I'm saying this all coded.
Okay, yeah, this is all coded then. And then he goes, Bron, is he... there's a couple guys named Bron. Which one do you mean?
Vault Maker or Master Craftsman.
He goes, yeah, I know. He's pretty famous in these parts.
Do you reckon you could get me an audience?
He goes, I reckon I can give you an address.
Why not an audience?
I mean, I don't know him personally or anything.
Right.
If you knock on his door and just pretend to be a client, I'm sure he'll see you.
What about him?
Just pretend to be rich.
We need information.
I mean, I don't have to pretend to be rich.
He goes, I've been doing well adventuring then.
Comparable to the rest of my party, yes.
Yeah.
It says he is working slave labor at the minute. Should you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all for the greater good.
For the greater good. Anyway.
He goes, well, I'll get an address for you. We can I can give it to you now if you want. He's fairly well known. Like, I can get you there now. You can have an audience with him tonight if you're as rich as you say you are.
I mean, this sounds like a plan.
He goes,
How
okay.
straight? How straight have you gone?
Well, I mean, I owe you a favor, so I honor that. But I won't be murdering anyone anymore.
No, I'm not asking you to murder anyone. Okay.
What are you asking me to do?
I might need you for some supplies at some point.
What type of supplies?
Just dropping some supplies off outside of a wall, that's all.
He goes, you know what? If I do that, we're completely even, right?
Yeah, and we'll just meet up for drinks.
You guys cool. Yeah, to pay a debt, I'll do it. Yeah, sure.
Cool.
And he goes, are you willing to go now, or do you want to go?
I think we should finish this drink and another one after, and then we'll do it.
He goes, yeah, sounds like a plan. So,
good man.
You have a couple drinks. Even though you offered him one, he will split the bill with you 50-50.
Good man.
Probably only about a gold each, I'd say. You know what? Say 7 silver.
7 silver?
Yeah.
What about if I said to you I only have 3?
Well, then take off a gold and give yourself 3 silver.
Cool. Done.
And he will pay the same, and then you'll be on your way. He leads you into the kind of, you notice you're around a lot more tradesmen in this area. So there's like leather workers, there's people making horseshoes and stuff. It's much more of like the craftsman section, but they're not actually making any of it at this point. It's quite a lot later. It's just you see these where the shops, where that is what's done. You do know it's like. Sorry?
Does he know if these shops do well?
They're in a good part of the city. They usually they're still around, so I assume they're doing well.
Fair enough.
I never really ran protection. So I don't know.
No, you were just too busy stealing shit and murdering people. That's
Yeah.
in code. Before anybody.
Yeah. In case anyone says. One thing you do notice is that all the upper floors of these establishments seem to have their lights on, at the very least.
Live in.
Yeah, yeah, most likely. And eventually, he takes you outside. A very nice looking. It's next to some other shops, but it's substantially better looking than the rest of the buildings around.
This man is doing very well.
And he goes, "Yeah, he's famous for a reason."
Jeez.
He goes, "Now, are you okay going in by yourself?
Yeah, just stay in the city.
I'll be at
Just
that
for a
pub.
couple of days. Huh?
I'll be at the pub we were at."
Fine by me.
He goes, "Cool. It's a pleasure doing well.
I'll
Repaying a
extend
debt to
my
you." He
hand
goes,
to him.
"Yeah, we'll shake it." He goes, "Well, good luck."
Cheers.
He
Right,
goes,
I'm
and
gonna
he
go.
walks off.
I'm gonna go knock on the door.
Okay. You thud on the door, like, dunk, 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 and you hear some scrambling upstairs for a bit. And you hear, come on, 1 second. Oh, where did I put the bloody key? Oh, okay. And
I like this type of person.
Yeah, I do as well.
and after a minute or two, you're greeted by a dwarf. Opening the door, he goes, "Hello."
Good eve. Are you Bron?
Yeah, who are you?
My name is Carias.
Is that going to be your go-to?
That's my name. I'm looking to get a vault made.
He goes, "This is outside my business hours. This is pressing."
Well, can we just have a general chat?
Yeah, so sure. Why not? Come in. And he takes you inside, and you can see smithing tools all around you. You can see like a chest floor, like the bottom half of a chest, which has got lots of cogs in it, as if it's integrated into the system of the cogs. And you can see the top half also integrated with lots of steel bars, and you think you might be in the middle of making a very reinforced chest.
That looks cool.
He goes, "Cheers." This is just the dwarf model.
I
Yeah.
guess. It's
Yeah.
a monk. I can't wait to get punched in the face. So, I need a vault. I have friends that pointed me towards you.
He goes, "Yeah, no doubt."
There's a man that lives in the city that has quite a heavily fortified vault, as I'm hearing.
There are several.
The owner of a restaurant, if that helps.
He says, "Yeah, I know who you're talking about."
I would like a vault similar or the same as.
Can I ask why his vault in particular? I've made better vaults since then.
From my certain friends, I don't think you do. You have. I think that one is the one that I want.
He goes, Because it's quite expensive. Do you have the money?
Let's talk about it first, and then
He
I'll
goes,
decide.
He goes, "Well, you do understand I'm quite in demand."
Yeah, of course.
He goes,
I mean, you wouldn't be in this house if you weren't in demand, would you?
He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I can make a similar vault. It will cost somewhere in the region of 1,000 gold."
And how long would that take?
About a month.
There's no special arrangements with this vault. It's just a case of turning the dial and then you're in.
Well, he looks at you and goes, "There's certain key security parts to it."
I mean, you have to realize I have to go through these things before I decide to splash out that kind of money.
He goes, "Well, here's how it works then, right? I'll make a magical. I'll inscribe some runes on a stone. That'll open the. Effectively, you can use that to get to a panel, which will allow you to enter a number, set that number, and once you set that number, you need to. Once you enter that number, the vault will open.
Oh. Oh. Is there a? Is that something similar to what you've already done?
I've done similar jobs in the past, yeah. The vault you are describing had two separate sections, so I got it to program that there was a lever. You pull it one way, and then you put in the number and it'll open that door. And if you put it the other way and enter the number, it'll open the other door. So that if someone doesn't know the order, they can, if they have the lever in the wrong direction, it would cause it to have a disconnect and not open it either.
So that's wrong number or direction. If
Yeah.
I'm gathering that
Well,
correctly.
Well, he said so that you can have a certain number of errors. You can if you enter the number wrong 3 times, then it locks up, and you'd need me to come over and fix it, which is useful seeing as I'm in the city. But if you, it's expensive.
Do you by chance happen to have any rough blueprints that I could take with, just so I can measure out where I want?
I can draw some blueprints up. How big is the vault you're wanting to make?
If we go on an example, a little bit bigger than the one that he has, because I'm all about size.
He looks you in the eye and says, "You, for someone who wants a vault identical to this man's vault, you don't seem to know anything about it."
I just know it's good, and I know that your name's good.
Make a persuasion check for me, please.
I can't, mate. I'm DC.
Do you mind if I roll for you then?
Crack on. People pay attention to what he's rolling.
I'll show it behind the screen. You've got a high number, don't worry about
Oh, that's fine.
it. with your plus, it's fine.
With my plus, I'm well over him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So he goes, "Oh, fair enough." Well, as I said, it was 2 sections, and I'm just going to reveal the room because you actually have the information here because you did a good job persuading him.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, but everyone else can. So if you look into the
You're
room,
welcome, you bastards.
you can see you have this main room, which if you don't have the lockstone on you whilst you're walking in the room, it will set off an alarm. And once you use the lockstone on this plinth, it will reveal the number pad. There's the lever left and right. And as you can see, we devised 2 sections of this one. On the left is where we had a chest integrated into the vault. So it's very secure. It'll only open once the door wall is open as well. On the right,
A bit like the contraption you're making over there.
It's very similar, he says.
Oh, okay, cool.
And on the right here, he just asked for a loose room where he threw a load of documents, I think.
How odd. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Well, from what I hear, he is a very odd man.
Yeah, he's very into his puzzles.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Whenever I was doing
What
his
a
job,
guy he is.
yeah. Whenever I was doing a job for him, he'd be pointing at, he'd be throwing things at me, saying, "How many triangles can you make out of this? How many rectangles can you make out of this?" It was never ending. I'm quite into.
As you're making it sound.
Incredibly. Not a day would go by in construction where I wouldn't see 4 or 5 puzzles.
I don't suppose he happened to have any mangled in because that's his sick obsession.
He did. I know for a fact, he didn't ask me to do it, but I know for a fact that he engraved. He got someone to do some engraving on the vault after I left. Some happenstance charlatan of a Smith, but he got them to engrave the walls. So I assume he's put some puzzles on there, so that if you happen to guess them, the doors can open for you.
Not a very happy man about that, are you?
I don't like someone altering my work.
I mean, did they really alter your work?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. He says yes, they did.
Now, listen, Bron.
Yes.
I quite like to think, after many a drink, do you
Yeah.
happen to have any alcohol?
He he goes. I've got a meager supply. Why?
Just as a, when I inevitably come back and tell you that yes, you are hired, we can have a celebratory drink.
And he goes, well, how about we save the celebratory drink for when you put the deposit down?
Okay. Give me a night or two to think on it.
He goes, sure. Well, I'm not going anywhere.
I'll extend my hand.
He'll extend his.
Well, thank you for your time.
He goes, you're very welcome. I expect to hear from you in a couple of days' time.
See you in a bit.
In a bit. I'm assuming you leave.
Yeah, I bail back to the pub.
Okay.
Where's Patrick?
Take off-
all this time? So
Take
is
off
he-
this stupid face design.
Is Patrick back at the?
He's
He's
in
back
the
at the
car.
car. Yeah.
Cool.
The fuck is?
When's my shift finish?
It finishes quite late in the evening after everyone's left the restaurant.
When does my shift start?
Quite early in the
Um,
morning.
No, because I think that's bullshit for working hours.
No,
Jesus.
no. He says tomorrow come in. I'll handle lunch. As you can see, it's quite quiet around then. As long as you come in for the evening service. So late afternoon,
Okie dokie.
mid-afternoon.
Have I got paid?
He said, "I'm going to pay you for the afternoon, so here's 2 gold.
Oh, thank you, boss.
You're welcome. Don't spend it all in one place."
Aha.
Uh,
Can't, can
I don't know if I needed 2 gold for that bloody magical armor that I found back at the other town. Might be considering it.
sorry, what was?
Well, I remember back in one of the other towns. I went to a blacksmith to go, oh yeah, look at this armor, and I thought, oh yeah, this armor would be perfect for me. How much is it? And you went 850 gold, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So just saying, like, say if I had 850